Hello everyone, Sharon here from the Trainers Training Company, and I'm here with another trainer talk. And today I'm delighted to introduce you to Magda Tabac, also known as the PCM Lady. So welcome, Magda.
Thank you very much, Sharon. I'm really happy to be here, and it's always a pleasure to see you and to chat with you.
Yeah, and it looks like you're not at home at the moment. So tell us a bit about where are you?
Yes, you are right. I'm not at home. I am actually in very rural Spain in a small village called Oliete. It only has 357 inhabitants. And I'm here due to a program sponsored by the European Union dedicated to women entrepreneur in the EU. I just came like 3 days ago. I arrived here, and for almost a month, we are going to work on our businesses and on some social projects that each of us, we are 18 ladies, each of us is developing a social project from our areas of expertise to support Europe in any way possible. And we are also going to support the locals here and some local projects that they have. So it's really interesting.
Wow, it's an amazing experience. And you had to apply for this experience, didn't
Yes.
you? And how many people
Yes.
applied for it and how many places were they?
Yeah, there were 4,000 people applying, and we are 364 ladies, I think,
Wow.
that got selected. So it's an honor and a mission and a responsibility. So I'm also happy, excited to be here, but also like, oh my God, I need to do my best. So
Oh,
it's a nice combination. Yeah.
that is incredible. And that is really a testament to you. I don't know what you put in that application, but clearly it worked. And knowing you as I
Myself.
do, I can imagine that, you put your heart and soul into your application because I do know that anything that you do, you really commit to it. So well done for that. That is
Thank you.
amazing. Um,
Thank you very much.
and we're here today, really. I was really interested to talk to you, Magda, because I've known you obviously for quite a few years now. You've been in my Trainer Talk membership community, and you've also been part of my Transformers Mastermind, and you still are, in fact. Um, and
Yes.
so I've seen your business growth and your transformation from somebody who kind of way back in, we're not quite sure, 2017, 2018, started a business and really had nothing to kind of where you are now, which is really, a successful business owner. So I'd love to kind of explore your journey today because I think anybody watching, particularly if they've just started out as a freelance trainer or they're kind of in a kind of they've had a business for a few years and they're kind of a bit stuck and they're looking for fresh ideas and inspiration, just hearing more about your journey I think is going to inspire people. So
Absolutely.
tell us about kind of where your business is now. So.
Yes. Well, I can proudly say that since last year, my business is like I'm supporting myself fully from my business. I'm a trainer for communication and stress management. I'm actually focused on a specific training called process communication model. So now this is, you always teach us about niching. I think I'm doing that pretty well because that's why I am known as the PCM lady, process communication model lady. It's a training that I love, and I really see the value that it brings to people. And it's a training that I managed to bring to many people because I was part of your the programs that you lead. So I started from zero and not having a clue, and right now I have quite a few corporate clients. This year I actually won an auction with a big bank in Romania. I am Romanian, so I travel quite a lot to Romania to deliver my training. So I am at the phase in my business where I could only dream to be just a few years ago. Still a lot of work to do. Still a lot of, there's always improvement. But I feel blessed with where I am. I feel grateful. I feel happy about it. And yeah, doing the things I love in a way that is works for me, that is true to myself, just as you're teaching us, and telling us and sharing with us. Yeah, so to put it shortly, I'm in a very good place.
I mean, you really are, and it's given me so much pleasure over the last few years to really watch you, blossom and grow into the business owner that you are today. Um, I just want to take you back to kind of 2017, 2018, kind of around about that time, and you just kind of set up this business, and you were always struck me as somebody who was very clear in terms of what you wanted to do and where you wanted to go with your business, the kind of training you wanted to deliver, the people that you wanted to serve. It was all about the process communication model, and I must admit I'd never even heard of it, back then. I think very few people had,
Yes.
but you were always
Yeah.
very clear on, this is the only thing that I want to do. Um,
Yeah.
what was that like to begin with when you were setting up your business?
Mm. Well, scary. It was a world that I had no idea about. And I was coming after 12 years in the corporate environment. That's what I had always done. But luckily, I had been trained as a trainer during my university time. So I knew I could do that during my work. I was an employee of Vodafone Romania and Vodafone Group in the UK for a while, and during that time I've always delivered trainings as a volunteer. So it was something I had in me. I just didn't, never actually gave it a chance for it to become my work, my focus. So that was 2017, a year when I burnt out in a job that I hated. It sounded very, very well on the paper, but I burnt out in that job. But one good thing that I have done in that year was that I got certified in this process communication model. I had been a participant in this training in 2015, and I loved it. And I had participated in many trainings, but this was the only one that stayed with me. So I said, okay, if I am going to start something as a trainer, I want a model that stays with people, that helps them, that even 2 years afterwards, they still remember things and they use it to improve their lives. So that's why for me it was clear, if I am to start, it's going to be PCM, process communication model. So that was an easy choice. It was a longer period of certification, but that's what I used my 2017 for. And then probably by the end of 2017, or the beginning of 2018, I realized I have no clue what to do. I was living in the UK at that time, in London. So I moved in 2015 at the end, but first I worked. I was an employee. I have no clue what to do, how to build a business, what to do as a trainer, to promote myself. I was doing a bit, and I know that we discussed about it. One good thing that I had done at that point, I can build. Well, I started building my website. It's a lot better now, but it was a draft, let's say. It was functionable, and I was writing on my blog. Um, then, yeah, I think I was posting it on LinkedIn, but probably that was everything I was doing, and I had no clue how to find clients, how to make myself known, how to make a name of myself, for myself as a trainer, not as a employee in strategy and planning, which I had done all the time before. So yeah, I was like, what am I doing now? And that's when you appeared.
Yeah, panic, yeah. And that's,
Yeah,
most people feel like that to begin
yeah,
with at the start of their business, because we're kind of, most people come out of corporate, don't they, and it's kind of like set up a business, and when you're in a corporate environment and you're kind of like running your training courses and whatever, you don't know anything about marketing and selling and all the rest of it. I mean, why should you? You're kind of so busy doing the
yeah,
job that you're doing.
exactly.
And
Yeah,
so I've always found it really curious that people, and I found myself in that exact same position, that we kind of beat ourselves up about, but I should know how to do this. I should know how to go out and get
yeah,
business. But actually, cut yourself some slack, because nobody's ever shown you how to do it. So,
yeah,
so
yeah.
what
True,
you what,
true.
what you say you were feeling was actually really normal. What most people
Yeah,
do.
yeah. And it, for the beginning, it actually helped me when I became part of the community, the trainer talk community. It helped me actually to understand that it's normal. I was feeling so down and like, what am I doing now? I want to do this, but I have no clue. I'm not good enough. And yeah, I'm starting to beat myself when actually, okay, I was, yeah. Then I found out, yeah, just focus on learning step by step, and you provided a very good, yeah, platform for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
came to Trainer Talk Live, I think, in, did we say September 2019? So even though
Yeah.
you've been
Yeah.
part of the Trainer Talk community before, you actually came to Trainer
Yeah.
Talk Live, and which was fantastic because everybody
Yeah.
met up with you kind of in the flesh, so to speak, face to face.
Yeah.
And you also came on the first How to Launch a Training Business in 30 Days course that I ran
Oh yeah.
September
Oh yeah.
2019,
Yes.
which was great as well, because
Yeah.
you were committed to learning about building a business. So what were some of the
Yeah.
first things then? So you're in this place where you have no clue, and now you're coming on the course, and you're kind of learning how to grow a business. What were some of the first things that you then started to do?
Um, well, I think one of the first things, in fact, was the fact that I stopped beating myself, so I could actually focus on growing, learning, and enjoying the journey and not being scared. And I really like the fact that you had a clear process in place and teaching us about all the steps and taking them one by one and us having a homework. So as far as I remember, I started my real newsletter in as part of that process. I know that I did have 20, 30 people on a list, but I was not really sending a newsletter or something. They were just getting a notification when I was publishing something, but that was it. So I started my newsletter in that time, and I started to do, I think, webinars, or just started thinking about webinars, because I know it was because of us working together that I started to also do some free webinars twice a year at least. And this is how I actually grew my newsletter list and got people to my trainings. Because of the 30 days program, I think I just put order in my head about everything. I think it was during that time that um, I did come up with the PCM Lady, brand name, or how could I call it, for me. Uh, it was also kind of natural because I was always talking about PCM, and people are, yeah, yeah, I know that PCM Lady, the one who always talks about PCM. So it came natural. But yeah, and I think I also became more aware about trusting the process, doing the things that we need to do, like, okay, being more active on LinkedIn or whatever my social media of choice was. And I actually decided that LinkedIn was for me during that period of training. Understanding that yes, it's important to appear, to do your things, and no, I'm just planting seeds when I do that, and out of them, yeah, flowers bloomed later on. But I think trusting the process was one of the things that I learned with that program, and I continue to trust the process. uh, Even now, I can see results of work that I did, I know, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. The results come now, but it was just important to trust the process, to give myself the space and the time to learn and to do everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, after the 30 days program, you then came into the Transformers Mastermind, which I think we started in 2020. And you're talking about your email list and your newsletter as being one of the things that has been really instrumental in the growth of your business. And I always, again, going back to what I said at the start, like, you always have a clear vision. You always know what you want to do. So Magda had a really clear vision about this email subscribers. I want to grow my list from, whatever it
Yeah.
was at the time, 20 to whatever figure it was that you put. And you literally had like a flip chart or something in the
Yeah.
background, didn't you, where you'd
Yeah.
plot every single
Yeah.
subscriber that came onto your newsletter
I still
newsletter
have that.
yeah, and
It's
and
it's
how
ongoing. Yes.
yeah, so that was kind of, that really worked as a
Yes.
system.
Yes. Yes, I think that that helped me to focus, because one thing, when you don't know what to do, you maybe try many things and then you lose focus. So it helped me to focus, and especially I would say the Transformers program helped me to focus on the things that made a difference, and in those things that I could do, and they were, like, not a big step forward, but a very important step, because I think the fact that we took it step by step. Okay, what is possible for me to do right now? Okay. And then also the community and the sharing and learning from people who've already done it, or just, discussing ideas, having a shoulder to cry on when things didn't really go, or they were taking too long. I think all of that was very important. And yeah, I think the list was one of my focus points for quite a while. And just having the courage to go public, with the webinars and everything that I did to grow that list, and then setting a schedule for my newsletter, and a schedule that is doable for me, and it doesn't put that much pressure, but it's still, good to offer people the value that I want to share with them. So there are so many little things, I'm just, yeah, thinking about them, and many many little things that in the end, lead to a functioning business, and a business that supports itself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, would you say that having that email list and having and sending out that newsletter on a regular basis has been really, um, the thing that has led to your success? Would you say that?
I think it has been a very important element of the success, because I have people from on my list who sign up to my open PCM workshops, which I do twice a year, and which, by the way, I started also during the Transformers program, because yeah, we decided it was a good idea, and I had the guts to start it. That was another big move for me. But yes, my newsletter, I think, it's my voice that goes to all the people who chose to be there. It's a way for me to show what I know, and for people to understand how I work, and get a taster of how it would be to work with me. And I even have many, other PCM trainers, because we are quite a few in the world, and I have quite a few of them subscribing to my newsletter because they find interesting things, and the different perspectives. And I went recently to a PCM conference, the International PCM conference, this year, and I had several of them, complimenting me for the newsletter and for the website and the blogs and everything. So yeah, I think it offers me also credibility.
Yeah.
People know that I'm there, I'm doing this constantly. It's something that they can count on.
Mm.
And yeah, absolutely. I mean, I won sometimes clients because they were on my newsletter, and I mean also companies, like corporate clients, because they were on my newsletters and they already knew my voice and they liked it. So yeah, it has helped me in many ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can imagine, you go into a conference and when somebody comes up to you and says that kind of like, oh, I get your newsletter every week or whatever. It's just so nice, isn't it? Because when we are, because I'm the same, I send my newsletter out pretty much every Friday. I've missed a few over the years, but pretty much it goes out on a Friday. And I've had some people who've been on, subscribing for years. Um, but sometimes,
Included.
even though I always encourage people to reply back to me every week, I put a question and say, oh, reply back to me, tell me what you think. Sometimes people do, sometimes people don't. The proportion of people who do respond back is very low compared to who it's been sent out to. Now, and it's easy to feel sometimes, isn't it, that nobody's reading or nobody's listening, which is why I always like to reply to the newsletters I
Yeah.
subscribe to, because I know what
Yeah.
it's like. And just so nice, because you go, oh, people are reading, there
Yes.
are people out there, but they wouldn't necessarily tell you. So it's important to
Yeah.
kind of not give up with it, and to keep going, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And just as you always say, trust the process. And I could see it in time, but the process sometimes takes a while to unfold. So I think having the community and having you telling us, trust the process, you're doing the right things, it helps, because there were moments when I was like, nothing is happening. I'm doing this for nothing, and why? And because they are lower moments, there are lows and there are highs. And I think, yeah, having your voice, telling me trust the process, and then having the community, both the trainer talks, but I must say, I mean, with the Transformers community, we are tight knit community. Yeah, it's a support group. It's a sisterhood. At the
Yeah,
moment, we had some male trainers, but right now it's a sisterhood, and it feels like that. The support that we have them, the openness to share also the things that do not go well, because nothing is always perfect. Yeah, and I think that's even the most important thing, to support each other when things don't go well. So I think, I must say, because I was part of the Transformers for this long, is that my business
still
is
are.
where it is right now.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
and I'm not leaving. I still want to grow. There's places to go, and now it's really, yeah, it's what brought me to where I am now. Of course, I had to put the work, but I could have put the work and not get any results, because I had that before. So
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. I mean, trusting the process is, obviously I do talk about that a lot. And I'll say to people, all of these things that we talk about in terms of marketing your business, they all work. They all work. The difficult bit is we don't know when. And that can
yes,
be the most frustrating thing, because it can feel so precarious, so unpredictable. And if we are in that space of kind of, having a down day when we kind of feel that nothing's working, that can be, those are the days when we kind of, I don't want to do this anymore. Why am I doing this? Nobody's out there. Nobody's out there. And that's why being part of a community like Trainer Talk,
yeah,
or, Transformers Mastermind, can just be a lifesaver, can't it? Or a
yeah.
business saver.
Yes, yes, both of them. And when hearing you talk, I just remember, like, how many of us, and I bet it's not just us, but many of us fight with the imposter syndrome. And when you work alone, and like when I was at my job before, and I could get direct feedback, I could see that I'm doing a good job. But when you are as a trainer, many times you are isolated. Yeah, and just connecting with the other ladies, and knowing that this is something we all face, and then you took care, and we had some sessions actually addressing this. So that was one of the y- yeah, the most difficult fights, that I had to lead, to understand, yeah, this is normal, it's okay. How do I deal with this? What do I do with that? Because that's a game stopper for many people. And I think in the community, it was really nice that we all discussed about it. We understood how it functions, what it means, and we learned how to deal with it. I have in my office, my the corner of the nice testimonials that I received, when I feel down. It's a
Yeah,
practice that we all decided to do in different ways. I'm using that, it's my way of remembering how many good things I'm doing. Of course, I can always improve, and I put energy into that. But I can do that better when I know that I'm already, doing an amazing job. And that's my corner, and that's my,
yeah,
my special thing in my office. And that's, again, something that we've done together and with the community. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, wonderful. So, I just want to before we finish, I just want to talk to you a little bit about niching, because I obviously it's one of the things that I advocate. I think
Yes.
that there are so many
The M
trainers
word.
out there, yeah, who do similar things, and so I think it's really important for trainers to distinguish themselves by focusing on one thing, and doing it really well, and getting known for it. Now you are living proof of that, because you indeed do only one thing, which is
Yeah.
PCM. And
Yeah.
as I said at the start, you've always been very clear about that that's the one thing that you wanted to do. So how do you feel about niching? Have there been times when you've thought, oh, I'm not sure whether this is actually a really good thing, and how do you feel about it now?
Yeah. Yeah. It's it's a continuous kind of conversation that I have sometimes, with niching. Because yes, I want to do, or I am considering, expanding a bit, or working on areas that have a common ground. For me, like process communication, it's about communication and stress management. So there's always this internal talk, oh, should I do something else, or not something else, but add. I'm not going to change PCM; it will stay there. So I think it's a conversation that is continuous, but you know I like, it really worked for me, the niching, and the PCM lady, being the PCM lady, like even within PCM trainers, they know me as the PCM lady. So it's like, yeah, it's really working. And because I communicate a lot on PCM, and this is the focus of my work, um people and clients and potential clients, they see that, and they get, they have trust that I'm doing my thing well, and my thing is PCM, and they can trace that back years ago, that I was talking about PCM, I'm still talking about PCM, I'm just getting better, because
Yeah.
experience. So I think it really helped me, because I was even talking with other PCM trainers, because I do know several of them. And when they do more things, like, oh, I do coaching on that, and trainings on that and that, for me, I think it becomes easier to get clients, because they know if they want PCM, or if they maybe they don't know PCM, but they understand what the model offers, and they know, okay, but Magda, this is what she's doing, so she must be good at that. I think it's just, I make things simpler for them to decide, because they want a specialist. Yeah, I am. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
niching works. It's just difficult to decide, at times. But for me, luckily, it was easier. But I know that for some of the people in the community, it hasn't been that easy, because they can do many things well, and then it's an internal struggle. It can become that.
Mm.
So I think I
Yeah,
had it easier.
yeah. But it's the reason why I love it. I just think it really kind of takes the stress out of marketing for you, because it's all about getting found, isn't it? And if you are, by putting proclaiming yourself as a specialist in one area, immediately you're making it easier for people to find you, and so your marketing just kind of happens a lot of the time, because
Yeah.
people are looking for what, for people like you. And that's actually happened, hasn't it, when some of these corporate contracts that you've got, they are as a direct result of people looking
Yes.
for people like you. And because there are so few of you,
Yeah, yeah,
they come to
yeah,
you.
exactly. Like, I just had, like, 2 weeks ago, I think, there were two companies contacting me for a big auction, and they found me online, because they searched, and they both of them told me, we really love your presence. It's like, you can see that you are passionate with this, and you've been doing this for a while with amazing results.
Yeah.
They could have sent to more people. So yeah, living proof, it happens. But yes, we need to trust the process, because it doesn't happen overnight. So for me, it took some years to get to this point, and there were some years that were really bleak, and I was really, I don't know, desperate at times. But it was good to know, to have the community, and to have you telling, trust the process. It takes time. You just keep doing the work. Probably I would have given up, because there were moments when I couldn't see, the light at the end of the tunnel. No. So yeah,
Gosh.
it worked. It worked. Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it sounds like, you've articulated beautifully there probably the many reasons why you've stayed so long in our trainer
Yeah.
talk community.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think the community, yes, that's one thing, because y- I need people. I need people around me, even if they are not physically present. So that's one thing that I miss from my times as an employee. I had a team, I had friends, within my colleagues, but now I have that with the community that you created. So I have the people, the community. I have the knowledge, which I didn't have where to get. I have the shoulder to cry when I need that, but also, the friends to clap me when clap, for the things that I do well, and the results I get. So I think it's all of that, that made me stay. And I'll continue because I need this, you know.
Well,
And
we love having you because, you bring so much energy and inspiration into our community. And as I said at the start, it really has been an absolute pleasure to watch you blossom and grow from nothing into,
yes,
into this confident, successful business owner that you are today. It's just really wonderful. And long may it continue, for sure. I predict only
thank
good
you.
things for you, Magda. Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah,
So,
I can see this happening now, you know, and in the future and growing. Yeah, because yeah, now I have the base, I have the community, I have the support, so it's that important. But thank you. Yeah, it has been a pleasure and an honor for me too, and a very much needed, you know, everything ecosystem for me. So yeah, yeah.
wonderful. So, where can people find out more about the PCM Lady, Magda?
Oh, yes. So on my website, magdatabac.com, on LinkedIn, Magda Tabac. And you know, you can just search the PCM lady. You might find on Google, you might find many, many pages and many hashtags. Also on Instagram, I am Magda Tabac, also there. But yeah, I think my website and LinkedIn are the main tools that I use. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. And and people can sign up to your newsletter directly from the website as
Absolutely.
well. So yeah.
Yes, yeah, there will be a pop-up coming because I learned about those also in the group.
Well, we'll
Yes.
put links at the bottom of this video so people can
Okay.
come and explore and find out more about you as well. All right then. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Magda. Been lovely talking to you as
My
ever, and we'll see you soon. Take care.
See you.
Bye.
Thank you very much, Sharon. Bye.
Bye.